Be me, 26-year-old woman, hardcore feminist since freshman year. Convinced men are just mad they lost control. Spend hours on Twitter calling out the patriarchy. Men are threatened by independent women. That's why they're so angry. Notice male rage getting worse lately. Comments under my posts more vicious. You ruin dating for everyone. Enjoy being alone forever. Assume it's just misogyny responding to progress, but something feels different. Less political, more personal. At family cookout last month, cousin Mark is there. He's 29, engineer, decent looking. Used to be cheerful. Now he's bitter as hell. Makes snide comments every time women speak. Oh, wonderful. Another girl boss story. When my sister mentions her promotion, pull him aside. What's your problem lately? He laughs. You actually want to know. Fine. Tells me he's been single for 4 years. Tried everything. Dating apps, social events, friends setting him up. Nothing works. Women only care about height and money. Shows me his dating profile. 0 matches in 6 months. But sure, I'm the toxic one for being frustrated. Start lecturing him about entitlement. Maybe fix your personality first. He gets genuinely mad. Shows me screenshots from conversations. Women asking about his car before meeting. What do you make annually? Do you own or rent? I never had privilege to lose. I've been invisible my whole life. Week later at friend's wedding. Seated at singles table. Bunch of people in their 30s. Notice something weird. Women complaining about men nonstop. Where are all the decent guys? Everyone's either poor or a loser. Men barely talking. Making dark jokes about staying single. Marriage is paying someone to hate you. Find out these guys tried dating for years. Gave up after endless rejection. Not worth destroying my self-esteem anymore. Friend Jessica complaining loudly. All my matches are broke guys with roommates. I deserve someone who has his life together. Guy next to her just got laid off. He's 33, has a degree, genuinely trying. Jessica doesn't even notice she's crushing him. She's writing off entire categories of men. Start listening to how women talk about dating. Constant brutal standards. He's nice but only makes $55,000. Won't date under 6 foot. I have standards sweaty. Treating people like defective merchandise. 0 consideration for personality or kindness. Visit my brother at his place. He's a developer, makes good money. Apartment looks like a prison cell, barely any furniture. Ask about his dating life. He looks uncomfortable. Gave up years ago. Too expensive and exhausting. Spent more on dates last year than rent. Women expect fancy restaurants every time. Meanwhile, split the bill with their girlfriends. I'm just a wallet with legs. At a birthday party. Women discussing their dating lives. Talking about men like products. Returned him after date 3. Wasn't meeting my needs. Upgraded to a guy with better income. Literally shopping for humans. No awareness these are real people. Friend David mentions his breakup. Girlfriend left after 3 years. Found someone who makes more. Women immediately blame him. Should have provided better. Maybe she wouldn't have left. No sympathy for his pain. Just assumption he failed as a man. Decide to actually research this. Find men's forums online. Expect pure misogyny. Instead, find detailed discussions. Divorce court bias. False accusations destroying careers. Being treated as success objects. We're not mad about equality. We're mad about inequality. Men describing feeling disposable. Completely dehumanized. Start reading actual research. Male suicide rates way higher. Boys falling behind in school. Workplace death statistics. Homelessness demographics. Men worse off in many areas. Never once mentioned in feminist spaces. If you bring it up, called a derailing tactic. Attend men's rights meeting at community center. Expect angry insults. Find diverse group discussing real issues. Fathers who lost kids despite being good parents. Men falsely accused with no due process. College students expelled on accusations alone. Veterans with nowhere to go. Actual systematic problems with documentation. Talk to some guys after. We're not against women having rights. We're against having none ourselves. Legal system assumes women are always victims. Any male complaint is seen as trying to oppress. Try talking about male suicide to feminists. They blame toxic masculinity or ignore it. Male suffering literally forbiddens topic. Spend night reading stories. False rape accusations before any trial. Careers destroyed. Fathers bankrupted in divorce. Lose their kids. Workplace harassment claims from misunderstandings. Custody battles where good dads lose everything. Men punished without evidence. Women believed without proof. Creates justified fear. Family dinner. Uncle talks about his divorce. Wife cheated the whole time. She got the kids and alimony. He pays most his paycheck. Sees kids twice a month. Court assumed I was the bad parent. Works constantly to afford payments. Ex moved her boyfriend into his house. Female relatives blame him. Should have fought harder. Should have been more involved. No acknowledgement of systematic bias. Just assumption he deserved it. Start questioning everything I believed. Patriarchy benefits all men, hurts all women, but evidence shows many men getting screwed. Legal system favors women. Schools favor women. Social services favor women. Maybe male anger isn't about lost power. Maybe it's about current discrimination. Mark comes over for weekend. Continue the conversation. Shows me online dating statistics. Women swipe right on 4% of men. Men swipe right on 60% of women. Top 20% of men get 80% of attention. I'm average, and the system wants models. Not entitlement, just mathematical reality. Dating apps created winner-take-all market. Most men excluded completely. Tiny percent have abundance. Of course that creates frustration. Go to social justice rally. Signs about women's rights. Signs about racial justice. Signs about every cause. Nothing about male suicide. Nothing about custody bias. Nothing about educational gaps. Suggest adding men's issues. That's not what this is about. Men's problems aren't real oppression. Male suffering excluded by definition. Trying to include is derailing. Spend a month just watching how society treats male pain. Men's emotions dismissed as anger issues. Male victims blamed for what happened to them. Male problems blamed on personal failure. Female problems get immediate attention and resources. Systematic difference in response. Realize the truth. Men aren't angry about women having equality. They're angry about not having it themselves. Legal, educational, social, romantic systems favor women. While pretending to be neutral or male biased, men face real discrimination, but can't discuss it without being called misogynist. Male anger is rational response to unfairness, not psychological defect, not character flaw. 6 months later, completely changed perspective. Modern feminism created new inequality. Benefits women while ignoring male problems. Sometimes makes them worse. Men's anger isn't about oppression. It's about being oppressed while everyone denies it. Now advocate for men's issues too. Lost most my feminist friends. You've been brainwashed by the patriarchy. Refuse to consider men face real discrimination. True equality means helping everyone, not just historically disadvantaged groups. Male anger makes perfect sense. When you understand what they actually face, systematic disadvantages plus social invisibility creates justified frustration that society refuses to acknowledge. MFW, I became what I used to hate. MFW, they were right all along.